Good early afternoon, XRP Future Millionaire, and we got a lot of stuff to discuss today. Obviously, Bitcoin is doing its best job to try to get through that 45,500, or its best job of faking us out. We've got some numbers set up. I want to show you guys a new idea I have from some constructive criticism that I received in the comments, which I really like, I really appreciate. And if you're going to be, giving me some, some friendly advice or critical advice, being a little critical, make sure it's constructive, as some of the people in the comments did. And I absolutely 100% applaud everybody who gave some constructive criticism this morning. As you can see, Bitcoin had a quick dump down to 45,500. What it's doing is bouncing off that support level right now, but it's actually bouncing in between again. The 46,276 proving that that's resistance. If that's the case, it will fall through 45,529 finally, and I think it's going to be a steep drop to 41,500 area, which is where my ideal trade setups are. I showed an example in my Telegram, which I'm going to show you guys in a sec, but first I want to show some user-generated content. First, I want to start with Mr. Sean Crothers with these beautiful pictures out of great state of Maine. I mean, just beautiful. It looks beautiful on my tablet. And then we got this one as well. I mean, absolutely stunning. And look how beautiful that is. Man, oh man, do I wish I could walk across those edges. Get little deposits probably. Oh man. So thank you, Sean. If anybody else has user-generated content, strutrugali@gmail.com. That's STRUTRUGALI@gmail.com. And I love sharing it. Next, I want to do, so I can show you the sandbox setup that I was telling them. It was just a hypothetical in that area, and I wasn't saying to buy or sell or whatever, but I was asking. And you could have used that trade setup, absolutely, but I'll show you what I mean. This is user-generated content from John, and I think it's awesome, so let's watch this.
I'm a stud. I'm ballsy. I don't take no shit from anyone. I smoke my stogie anywhere I want. I don't have to find a hideout place like you.
So, I think that's awesome. If anybody's wondering, that's my face that is superimposed over there, which is really nice. Thanks, John. Puplava. So, what I did, though, and this is what I mean, I could do this, and remember, I'm not a financial advisor, so should you take my advice? No motherfucking way you should, but if you do, do it based on what the charts are saying, what the technicals are saying, and what I'm showing you in front of you, and pay attention to the setup. So this was my first example, and I was just testing the waters to see what everybody thinks in my Telegram. There's 108 people in there. You can join this exclusive club by joining Tom's Army, $9.99 a month. So buy alert, sand 540 to 543. So if you were going to take a trade setup with sand that was right on the support area, it was a tight stop loss at 532. First targets 571, 578, 598. Had to get through those areas on the 30-minute and so on to make the move, the initial move we were looking for, a targeted move to 614 or $6.76. The risk was a 12.51 risk to 1 risk to reward, looking for a 25% or more on a 1.96% stop loss. And then I even said right after I posted this, careful on that order, it's not holding up so far. And it was only at like $5.38, so it was well within the range. But I didn't want anybody just to buy it verbatimly there, because the market looked like it was about to roll and try to hit 45.5. And then as you can see, there's some breaking news with Cardano that was put into the Telegram by one of my viewers. K9 Crypto, ADA Deposits and Withdrawal says they're investigating an issue. And there was just a whole bunch of stuff that came out today. And we're looking at the accumulation zone. We got Jonathan in here. And it's a whale wall holding for sure. But that's why if we break that, 41,000 is the key area. 41.5, I should say. But now let's hit this intro before we get into Bitcoin versus Ripple, fighting for the future of money. Make sure to hit that like button. Now that I've blown your eardrums out and I've gotten your attention, let's get into this. And no, I did not create an account on here because I don't want to do it. I just want to, I thought this was interesting. And so Bitcoin versus Ripple, fighting for the future of money. Summary, XRP is an efficient and popular cryptocurrency with a high utility, To be efficient, however, it has foregone a high level of decentralization. While Ripple, the software and company, could be successful, I don't think XRP, the native cryptocurrency, is a good investment. I wanted to read this because this guy, and this is the most sought after type of response, and you guys tell me your opinion in the comments. I think he's full of shit. I personally believe XRP Ripple is a perfect investment. I think in the long term, we're going to be looking at 1 to 2 zeros added on at minimum. Long-term outlook is very, very bullish for me. Short-term is bearish. Immediate short-term is very bearish. But the mid-term to long-term is very bullish. And these numbers are great numbers. And my goal is that we can buy on the proper support levels. But I'm also going to be targeting more trade setups because I believe I need to do that. And that would be a good way for me to push my brand. And then you can follow the setup. Like if XRP, if you bought it now, I can show you what a trade setup would be. But I'm also going to show you the areas where I think the proper trade setup is going to be and where I'm set up for trades. So we're going to advance the show and with more constructive criticism in the comments, which criticism is good, guys. As long as it's constructive and you guys are making a valid point, I can use it. And somebody made a valid comment today. I believe I pinned it. It's a long one, but I thought it was absolutely spot on to the fucking balls, man. So I appreciate it, and I'm going to work harder than ever to make sure we have a progressive, transparent, and cutting-edge way of putting out some trades. So Bitcoin is the world's premier cryptocurrency, and this is a thesis summary. And many believe it could one day become a common means of exchange, but there are many competitors out there, and one of the most notable is Ripple XRP. Ripple is backed by many banks and is very different from Bitcoin. Today I look at Bitcoin, how it stands up against Ripple, a long misunderstood cryptocurrency. Can XRP and Bitcoin coexist, or will the success of one seal the fate of the other? XRP, the banker's cryptocurrency. I'll forego the introduction to Bitcoin, which I have already talked about extensively, and begin by focusing on what Ripple and XRP are, which we have distinguished. Ripple is the name of a company that was formed in 2012 by Chris Larson and Jed McCaleb. This company offers a payment setting software called RippleNet. This software has been backed by numerous large banks and financial institutions, and it fulfills a similar function to the SWIFT payment system. XRP is a token that was created to settle transactions through Ripple Connect. The cryptocurrency was created with speed and efficiency in mind. Assets get converted to XRP first. They are sent to where they need to go and then converted back into whatever they need to be. More accurately, XRP is used as a measure of value for transfers within the system. In terms of technical specs and supply, XRP works very differently from most other cryptocurrencies. It is not mined, and it does not use proof of work or proof of stake to validate transactions. Instead, some trusted agents validated transactions. In reality, there are few banks with servers running a consensus protocol. Transactions in XRP can be done confirmed in under 4 seconds, and around 1,500 transactions can be processed every second. So XRP consistently handles 1,500, and then you see Bitcoin 3,600 plus a second / 60 minutes. Litecoin 600 plus a second / 10 minutes. Ethereum 120 plus a second / 2 minutes. So I mean, you've got a wide window for Bitcoin up to 60 minutes. Litecoin up to 10. Ethereum up to 2 minutes for 120 plus. XRP 4 seconds / 0.07, and that's 1,500 transactions per second. 24/7 and can scale to handle the same throughout. So it can handle the same output as Visa handles at this current time. When Ripple was created, a supply of 10 billion XRP was created. Some were distributed to partners, but most of it remained in control of the company. Ripple, and this is the case to this day, Ripple periodically sells XRP to fund its operation, and there are currently 45.7 billion XRP in circulation, with the rest of XRP kept by the company in escrow. As we can see, XRP and Ripple are unique in certain ways. They were created with a clear goal in mind and offer some advantages and disadvantages. Let's dive deeper into the XRP Bitcoin comparison. How does XRP compare to Bitcoin? I think this is a good way to look at things, at least from a comparison standpoint. I already think they're wrong on the bat, saying XRP is not a good investment. I would agree that right here, right now, we're overvalued just because of where we're at in the time. We already know from what I told you guys yesterday, showed you from the ADA, what they told the Fed, that we're not flipping the switch until November 2023. So when you bring all this information together, it's very valuable when you start tying all this stuff together. So it's very important to watch each and every one of these updates, because I'm going to have a clear goal in mind to tie all of this stuff together from now on. The main difference between XRP and Bitcoin lies in the fact that the latter uses POW, proof of work, while XRP operates a consensus algorithm. This allows XRP to process transactions faster and without wasting vast amounts of computing power and energy. However, it does create a problem of centralization. XRP, while technically a decentralized cryptocurrency, is a lot more centralized than other cryptocurrencies. As mentioned above, there is a consensus protocol which is run by a few entities, and these entities are for the most part selected by Ripple Company. Out of nearly, and I've talked about this before and this is an issue, out of nearly 1,000 nodes, a group of 33 are selected by the whole group to finalize transactions. This smaller group is called the Unique Node List, or a UNL. When 80% of these 33 come to an agreement, a transaction is finalized. But here's where the problem arises. Ripple, the company, selects the default unique node list. Theoretically, other nodes could make the list, but this has rarely happened in XRP's history. In the same way, while theoretically different forks could be made for XRP, this hasn't happened either. Ultimately, it is very clear that Ripple Company and those closest to it have a tight grasp on cryptocurrency. Is this necessarily bad? It depends on what your objectives are. XRP was created to be the default settlement currency of Ripple payments system. It is designed to be fast and efficient, which it is, but also so that control is retained by the Ripple Company. Arguably, though, they should be as interested as any XRP owner is seeing the currency succeed right. Without a doubt, this is the biggest difference between Ripple and Bitcoin. The latter was created with decentralization, freedom, and trustlessness at its core. This is the essence of the cryptocurrency movement. Is Ripple worth owning? In my humble opinion, not really, and the reason is twofold. First and foremost, XRP is largely controlled by Ripple, and this is devil's advocate here. Why I always talk about XLM could be the greater play, but I currently agree to disagree with this. I agree right now it's not, until we get to the proper levels, which I've talked about, 57 cents and down, sub 60 cents. But I think from a long position, it's absolutely incorrect here. First and foremost, XRP is largely controlled by Ripple, and that's not a good thing. As it stands right now, the company holds over 50% of the XRP in existence, and it can release them at any point in the time. Furthermore, nothing is stopping the company from creating more XRP if it is deemed necessary. It might want to do this if it felt like XRP became too prohibitive for users to enter its payment system, and the value of the currency falls second. XRP is not a store of value, rather a tool. Don't get me wrong, I like what the system can do, but that doesn't mean XRP is a good investment. On top of that, XRP is involved in a lawsuit with the SEC, which could spell trouble for it in 2022. The big problem I find here is that if things go south for XRP, what is to stop Ripple from using a different cryptocurrency as a settlement base for its system? Or even starting another one from scratch? And for that matter, what is to stop Ripple from increasing the supply of XRP if and whenever it deems it necessary? These are the inherent problems of centralization, and while XRP is a tool that makes life a lot easier for banks, it is still at its core supporting a centralized system. Perhaps it will be successful, and arguably there is a $1 trillion market out there for it, but that doesn't mean it's a good investment. Takeaway: Bitcoin is a store of value with decentralized nature and limited supplies. Meanwhile, Ripple's XRP is much more centralized, and the supply would increase in the future. We know it will, since Ripple is still hoarding most of it. Bitcoin is like gold, a store of value, but even if XRP becomes a common means of exchange, it doesn't mean its value will be much higher. Can Bitcoin and Ripple coexist? Yes, to an extent, but only in a world that is still deeply dependent on banks and centralized financial institutions. Ultimately, Bitcoin and Ripple stand for different futures, and while Ripple is a step in the right direction, it is not the final destination. So I thought that was fascinating. I hope you guys learned a lot from that. And that's devil's advocate right there. Some of the stuff I talk about that is a problem with XRP and why I hedge my bets with XLM, Algo, right? IOTA, ADA, guys. We're going to talk about something with ADA that's so important about their ICO offering back in 2014. If this is true, and I'm going to dip deeper into that in my next update, and you're probably going to have to go to the ISO page to see a more in-depth. But that is incredible what's going on there. Now, I'm going to get an XRP real quick to end this. I just want to look at the chart. But nothing's changed yet. But I'm going to play Sunny Days. But I want you guys to do something for me. It's for my own personal benefit. So we're going to play Sunny Days. It's going to give you a minute. But I want you guys to do me a favor. I'm very close to partner on my second page. I don't do this very often for me, but my Swing Traders Anonymous, it's getting to that point now where I'm going to need a little bit of help. Not even a little bit of help. We're up to 949 subscribers. I'm 51 subscribers away from getting my second partnered station. It would be an honor and a privilege. Not many people from my XRP Future Millionaire page are in here, but it's given me a whole new audience, whole new perspective, and I kind of leave the two stations separate. I don't talk about them much in each of them. I just do my thing. Sometimes I will, but most of the time you'll never even know I run other stations. So if you guys would do me the honor, go over to my Swing Traders Anonymous. It's in the video description below. I do updates almost every day, pretty much every day, and my audience has grown rather largely. We get about 400 to 600 views a video. But everybody likes what I do here. What we do is we cover the total crypto market cap, Tether, the Bitcoin dominance chart, the BITO ETF, one of 2 Bitcoin ETFs. I go over Ethereum, and then we end with Bitcoin. And we do that every single day. And if there's something fascinating, we need to see an article or something that's pointing at the direction, like yesterday we talked about the liquidation, the leverage flush. That's a fantastic spot for you guys to go to get those coverage. If you're interested in the overall workings of the market, I'm 51 subscribers away from partnership. I would appreciate if you guys went over there, checked out my Swing Traders Anonymous. Even if you don't want to watch it, just subscribe so I can hit that partnership. I've put out a lot of work in this station for the last couple months. I just can't believe we're already knocking on partnership's door. And it's really been an honor and a blessing. So I guess I don't even need to play Sunny Days because I don't want to fud it up today. But that's what I would appreciate if you guys would do. So just real quick, XRP, as long as we hold that 80-cent accumulation zone, we can pump up a little bit. But for me personally, I'm going to tell you what my advice is. My advice, unless you can buy it at 80 cents and you feel like it's going to hold, I wouldn't buy it. Me personally, I'm not touching it even at 75 cents. I would be more tempted at 75 cents if it did show a hold. But I think for me, I know for me, I'm not buying XRP until it's sub 60 cents. And I have other trade setups that I could potentially buy. But right now even, it's not the proper time, because even if you were going to buy it right now, you want to buy it as close to the uptrend right there before it breaks through as possible, which would put it at about 79.5 cents, 80 cents. So for me, I have a trade set up 57 cents, and there is no stop loss if I buy stuff there, because it's so cheap. I'll buy more at 52, and it turns into the long game. I don't want to buy XRP until I can turn it into the long game. That's as truthful as I can be. I have other things that I'm going to buy when it gets there as well. But my goal, right when XRP gets to 57 cents, is no less than 7,000 shares. Whatever's left after 7,000 shares, I will purchase, other things if we look like we're going to hold. And I'm going to keep you guys updated. But this is as accurate as I can be. Right now, I do not believe XRP is going to hold up, in my personal, humble opinion. And I'm not a financial advisor. Should you take my advice? Hell to the no. I think XRP is even going to fall through 75 cents. My personal opinion is XRP is working on a move to 57 cents. There's a 25% chance, yes. And it's why I have to caution the wind, that we will come back up and retest 88 cents and then ultimately finish the cup at 95.7. Do I think it's going to happen? No. The volume tells me that is likely not going to happen until we hit an accumulation phase to where we can hit some proper support at 57. I think when we get to 57, it's a 67% chance we hold that. It's a 33% chance we come back down to the bottom of the symmetrical at 52 cents. That's my opinion. Take it to the bank. Hit that like button. If you don't like it, well, there's nothing more I can do for you. This is my personal opinion on my personal page, and I appreciate each and every one of you. I appreciate the members of Tom's Army. If you want to join Tom's Army, get some of the steps above. That's on you. If not, I just appreciate the shit out of you for being a part of this journey.